Yo. Yo, guys, how fucking long has this been? Hold on, let me. Yep, we're back. We are back. So the reason, partly here. Hold on. Let me just wait till people get in. If people get in, I don't even know. Yeah, you guys like, bro? I got a slideshow up. Just for the BRB screen. Oh my god, dude, what's up, Navoy? What's up, bro? Hold up. Let me tell this guy. Alright, yeah, I got a slideshow. I thought it would be pretty cool to put up. So the reason why I'm making this stream, partly is because I got a comment that really annoyed me. It really hurt my feelings, right? Let me just check on the stream health. Oh yeah, here we go. We got it. Yeah, we're chilling. Alright, so the reason why I'm making this stream, I got a really hurtful comment like a few minutes ago saying, let's see, where's that comment? It was on the live stream, my previous live stream from like 4 months ago. Basically, you know, it was when fucking Midwich Bomb Man said, this guy isn't live streaming again until 6 months have passed. Don't get your hopes up. Which isn't true, because here I am streaming again. Fucker. And this guy said, wait. Oh, wait, he said it to him. Oh, that's funny. Never mind, guys, never mind. He was responding to Midwich Bomb Man. Yeah, get fucked. He said, don't worry, he'll get it done before Parlo releases his Pyro video sometime before January. I have no idea what that's about, but I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was a pretty funny comment. But anyway, what we're gonna be doing, so for the past almost a year, like I'd say like 9 months or 10, I don't know, I've been working on this video about a certain YouTuber called Birdie, right? This here, why don't I load up what this person is all about? Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Fuck.
Washington Post.
Shut up! Alright, okay. Yo, fucking ads, bro. Alright. Let me look them up. Basically, they do dog shit animation videos. Well, did until they, you know, finally quit YouTube, I think. He went on hiatus, like, for God knows how long, because of drama, and so he came back with an absolute bullshit of a video that was like almost 2 hours. And so, yeah, let me alright, here we go. Alright. Yeah, this is what we got. This is the YouTuber that I'm talking about here. Before we get started, I'm just gonna watch some of this and hopefully, oh my god. Yeah, we'll just go on here. Alright. I've already seen this entire video, unfortunately. Trigger warning. Yeah, here we go. Full screen. Oh my god, don't worry guys, we're not gonna watch this whole thing. We're only gonna watch like a few minutes of it. Grooming, SA, CSA, child abuse / neglect, emotional abuse, coxa, animal abuse, animal neglect, medical neglect, I can't fucking read, self-harm / suicide, harassment, sexual harassment, revenge porn, incest, NSFW art, transphobia, racism, mental healthism. Bro, sorry guys, I'm like fresh off of the fucking hay right now. psychosis, paranoia, abusive relationships. Dice.org. Wow, that's very specific. Okay.
Ignores vigilante justice. Please do not attempt to contact those mentioned. This video is for explanation purposes only.
What's wrong with vigilante justice?
Hi, it's Birdie, or Damage Coda 6669.
What about Daredevil?
So, it's been, what, 2 or 3 years now? Oddly enough, I'm kinda excited to be back. It's about time I get released from the internet void. So, you're probably a bit confused. Like, hey.
Look at this shit, bro. Look at this background. Look at this background. You got this stupid picture of Jerma. You've got PNG straight off Safari put on here. You got this shit. You got... Oh, I see Squirp. There's this cat that got fucking taken away. There's that shit. Yeah.
Hey, why have I been gone so long? Why did I come back? And oh, Birdie Drama. That's a pretty weird thing that I've never talked about before. I'll get into all that juicy stuff in a bit, but first, I'd like to properly introduce myself for the first time.
Alright, yeah, I don't give a shit.
No.
Hi,
my name is Jack, or Lucifer. My pronouns are he, it. I'm 19. Yep. I'm aroaced and gay.
Old? 19 is not old, bro.
My favorite colors
Wait, what?
are... I'm 19. I'm aroaced and gay. Ooh la la.
Wait, so... I thought... Which one is... Both of these are Airways? I've completely forgot.
My favorite colors are red, black, and yellow. I'm a demon kitty. I love rainbows and tacos and cats and randomness.
I love tacos too.
I love scene and Decora K and emo, but that's pretty obvious, isn't it? I have evil autism. I love South Park, BoJack Horseman, Moral Oral, Doki Doki Literature
Oral?
Club, Miracle Musical, My Little Pony, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, really and other thingies. I have a kitty named Squirp.
They got taken by a city. Wait, no. Wait, wasn't that city?
Money.
Oh.
Oliver.
Wait, wasn't that Cindy's cat? Or
making of this video, we got another cat, and I named her Stupid.
All right, you know what? No, we're done. This is not what I'm streaming for. We're here to watch this, not this. This.
Jay Jones sent texts that imagine shooting the
Birdie
Republican
and Queen
Speaker
confrontation.
of the House.
I don't give a shit. Okay, I don't give a shit about these unskippable ads. All right. Oh my god. No way. No. There's no fucking way. No way! Yo!
The Skibbity Toilet Deluxe RC.
Yo! Alright. Anyway. We're gonna watch this because I need to get caught up. Because I'm taking a bunch of dumbass notes of this. That's how much I've been doing, bro. So we're just gonna do that. And we're gonna watch this video. We're gonna stop wasting time. We're going to watch this video. Alright, this is an hour and a half video. So I know I only have like one viewer right now, but just like sit tight. Because this is gonna get... Yeah. The following audio is from a leaked call between Birdie, Jack, and their roommates. For privacy and safety, any names, addresses, locations, or extended silence containing personal information have been censored or cut away. Yeah.
Hi, it's me.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, Jack, could we possibly talk out here?
Yeah, this is Queen.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought this was a call. Wait, I thought it was a call, not like a whatever.
I have a lot of things to say. I'm sorry for surprising you like this, but I do have a lot of things to say.
Fuck, my ears fell out. Sorry.
Wait, are there captions?
You're good.
Nah, I'm just
You want to turn the light
I'll
on?
have them on.
Alright. So I'm going to talk to you about a lot of things. This is going to be a very serious discussion because I wanted to talk to you in person. I wanted to talk to you about everything that's been going on here. Excuse my voice, but my voice is very dead. I'm sick.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah. So speaking about the don't worry about it, you've been saying so much about don't worry about it, and then you complained to other people, even to us, about things like that. And then speaking of that, you've been guilt tripping us for a lot of things. You say that we bit off more than we can chew. Of course we did. And then, so that's why you should get professional help, which you said you finally get a therapist. Why didn't you think of getting a therapist all after the suicidal attempts? You've been trying to get suicidal attempts multiple times, twice within me.
You think I didn't want a therapist before? I've been trying to look for one for like a year.
You have the money. You can do this.
I think she did. It's just, you know, she put him off because, you know, they said he was autistic.
You also told me that during that one suicidal attempt with Squirt, you told me that it was only just going to prevent the inevitable. Anyway, speaking about the mask, like, you tell us that you're masking a lot. That means you hide things from us a lot too. You tell us that we hide things from you. You hide things from us as well. How are you supposed to tell that if you're okay or not okay, you know? And then I have an entire thing written down, so I know I can just keep myself on track.
You're good.
And then you also make people uncomfortable as well. With me and the My Little Pony thing, I was...
My Little Pony thing.
I know you did not know I was uncomfortable by it, but you told me that you
I didn't hear about a My Little Pony
people
thing.
whenever they're annoyed at gore or anything like that because that was your childhood or something
Yo,
like that.
what?
I don't like seeing gore at all, and I didn't want to tell you because I was trying to keep you happy. Of course, I was going to not do that. That's what it is. You tell us
Gore was my
you tell me to
childhood.
be honest, and then you don't be honest yourself for those kinds of things because there's more later. And then you also rely heavily on us. There's a lot. Oh, Jesus. There's so much that jumps around. Let's talk about this part. Like, even found your behavior weird because you there and back with
What?
and it had to take him a while spending a crap ton on gas while you just hid in had to take you back spending a crap ton on gas while you still hid in the guest room. And then the glorification of your self scars, and you carved his name in your arm. That's not great. You know this.
Whose name? I forgot.
Hid in the guest room, a crap ton while you just hid in. Had to take you back spending a crap ton on gas. And it had to take you.
Oh, the
8
name was
bars,
probably censored.
and you carved his name in your arm. That's not great.
Oh, it's just
you
censored
know
the name.
this.
Okay.
Can't like take it out.
Even then, the fact that you still did that, even if you can't take it out.
How many times has Birdie carved names into his arm or like any other body part? How many times? First it was Heim, I think. Then it was like, was it? I don't know. I don't know how many. I've lost count of how many times Birdie has like cut somebody's name into his fucking arm, bro.
Stuff like that. I know it's still before you guys met but the fact that you did all these things even really recently shows that how is there going to be change? Because there's not been change. You've been saying that there's change there.
Shit.
There's not change with how I'm going to keep going on. And then you say that you want Cinny dead. You panicked out when I showed you the screenshots of Cinny saying, I want him dead, I want him to die, he's doing things to him, and then you say the exact same thing back. That's just hypocrisy, and I will get more on that hypocrisy later.
Yep.
And then more about your excuses. You say you excuse Potts for a lot of things.
Oh, here we
understand
go.
You can't do it, but has Potts too. He manages it. You don't try to manage it. You have 10K. You can keep that manageable. It's manageable. You know this. You research on a lot of things. You research about bipolar disorder, and then there's just so much about things that you can research and you just don't want to. That's about the driving as well. You have me read
Just so you know, guys, I've done my research. I've done all my research except for the My Little Pony thing, but like I've done all my research. So I know what they're talking about.
Out driving when you can literally just research it yourself. You need to have the want to do it. It's your mindset that prevents you from doing things. You can do it. I know you can do it. This is both a very go-getting compliment and also annoyance compliment. That's both an annoyance and I believe in you kind of thing. I know you can do it. And then you also use your BPT to insult us and then also borderline,
yeah.
kill yourself. Like you use that explain why you do all these things when it's not just that, when all you give all those reasonings for why you want to kill yourself, and yet you're okay. One moment you're fine, the next you're not, which mood swings and stuff like that, yes, but you don't keep that managed. You say, like, you don't take things seriously. How can we take you seriously as well? We have to try taking you seriously, so we're taking you seriously all the time. Well, you told me you don't take suicide seriously. Speaking of your hypocrisy, you say that Cindy's not clean. You're not clean as well. Lauren has to clean up a lot of your stuff.
Yep.
Your plates, you leave your plates in there, and she has to clean that. Even then, speaking of the plates,
He's fucking, bro. Yeah, alright, dude.
I'm
Of course.
Abigail Spanberger, candidate for governor, and I sponsored this.
Are we
ad,
serious?
Winston World
Mid-roll ads? Ace,
Pledged
you
not to raise a penny of taxes
Ace,
on
are we
billionaires,
fucking
and
serious?
backs Trump policies that are raising prices for everything. You pay more, so
You
billionaires pay less.
money-hungry fuck.
What? I didn't.
If you guys hear a train outside, you don't.
I wouldn't have known. I can't read people's minds.
Bro. Okay, this is just rage bait. You could have said something to me. You could have told me, because I can't interpret it myself whether I'm being a rancid lazy fuck going around the house leaving trash in my room and around the house. I need you to tell me whether I should actually fucking do that.
I'm not mad at her.
Alright. Okay. That was just lovely, Midwich. That was lovely. That might just get pinned. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck.
It's just like I didn't know.
I'm gonna mod you. Just because I
common
don't have any
decency. I
mods
know
and
you
shit.
weren't raised right,
Common
but
decency?
not even common decency. It's household rules, stuff like that.
don't
You
know
tell
household
Cindy to do the dishes and everything like that. She says she does, she will, and the stuff like that. So you know that the dishes should be done.
I don't know how they're supposed to be done.
Oh, now suddenly we're saying I don't know how they're supposed to be done. You can
I
ask
want
people.
to go home.
Nope, sit down, Jack. Jack, sit down. Come back here.
You're just here to yell at me.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm literally criticizing you. This is your excuses. You're using your excuses again. You said you want to change.
Bro,
you said you want me to
shit.
be honest. I am being honest. If you want to say that you changed, go sit down.
I just don't want you to talk back. Just go through the list.
Okay.
What?
And afterwards. Sorry.
You're good.
Oh, because he's not
You
gonna say anything
apologize
about it, bro.
And me, and you throw under the bus for the same things, kind of like that.
Turn on the live chat, my tab. Is it not on? Bro, it's not on. Wait, what the fuck? Why is it not moving in the fucking chat? Oh, so because it's fucking tabbed out. Alright, dude. I guess I'm just gonna have to put it on here.
Oh,
never
we already
mind.
went over
You know
that
what?
on the thing.
Never mind.
You say agree
I'm
to
just gonna turn
disagree.
off the fucking
Why
chat,
are we
dude.
agreeing to disagreeing? That's not agreeing to disagreeing because you're just
There you go.
constantly saying things.
Because it's not fucking it's not showing on the bright side. I'm new to this streaming shit, alright? This ain't gonna be some Kai Cenat type stream.
When we have receipts of you knowing that you should have done this, stuff like that. I told you in November.
Hold on. You said what? Oh, live chat. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Never mind. We got it. Back up you go.
Second, that hey, she's not going to want to move back in. That hey, she probably won't do that kind of thing. You say that we can't read minds. You can't read our minds either. That's why we know. And yet, you're trying. That's hypocrisy right there. And then about your racist past, I understand you say that you're doing the racist stuff, but you never told us.
Oh,
you said
the worst of all.
That you
What? I did tell you though.
told me, and I forgot about it,
Yeah,
but you
'cause
never
everyone
told
knows.
about this.
I
Especially.
tell them. I told
Well, I don't remember that, so my bad.
you weren't in the room.
My bad. That was my fault. Then you flat out lied for a lot of things. You said that you lied about paying rent the whole time with Cindy when there were some spots that you didn't pay rent. And then you said that Cindy would be helpless without you for that kind of stuff. And yet she's
She was
not
too
being
busy
helpless. She's
buying
trying her best.
My Little
but
Pony
I know
merch.
Cindy's bad. I'm not saying that she's not horrible just because I'm pointing out some good about her. Does not mean she's not bad, you know. There's gray in things. Speaking of the gray, you tell us that you're gray. The world is gray. The world is not black and white.
Hello,
Just
Road
because
Street.
you say, just because someone gets onto you, just like how you walked out, this is gray. I'm not yelling at you. I'm genuinely not. I'm telling you criticisms, but the fact that you're thinking that I'm yelling at you shows that you're not taking this really seriously.
I'm listening.
Are you taking me seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you told that you did not have money for rent while your 10K was in the bank. You told her, because we sent you to, not sent, but we made sure that...
I couldn't get all the cash because the ATM had a limit, and then I gave her the rest of it through PayPal.
That's what you told me, but at first you told her that you didn't have the money, which is why she bought you food and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure.
The GoFundMe money didn't go through.
We made sure that you had the GoFundMe money before you go into...
It didn't go through right away, it took a while.
Then why did you lie to us about having the GoFundMe money?
I didn't. I said it was processing.
You're lucky you're dealing with me. I don't remember shit.
It's okay.
And then you are being a slob, but you're saying that you're clean. With the Cinia house and stuff like that, you have your clothes on the floor and stuff like that. And the blender, you talk smacked about Cinia, but
oh, the blender! I remember that.
Run the water, stick it underneath the water, dump it out. Run the water, stick underneath the water, dump it out. Not because of your pots, no nothing. Simple, easy, done. Speaking of your pots, you're not eating enough, you're not being healthy. That's why your pots is bad. That's your fault. So you stick it underwater, leave it out, and then
what even is POTS? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up on my phone. POTS. POTS. Automatic nervous system that causes an excessive increase in heart rate upon standing, leading to symptoms like lightheadedness, fatigue. Brother, nah, dude, that's gotta be cap. That's gotta be full of bullshit. She does not have POTS. I'm sorry, she does not. She just won't fucking take care of herself. She doesn't eat. She doesn't drink water. She doesn't do any of that shit. She doesn't exercise. She doesn't do none of that, bro.
Later, being like, hey.
Oh yeah, she's also staying up all night watching fucking Marvel Rivals Hulk scat porn audios. Like, bro.
I watched this for you for that kind of stuff. Can you please do it? And then you move on from that. You don't hold grudges, no nothing. For those kind of mini things. And then, speaking of the food in your house, you told the whole group chat that you didn't have food in your house. Let me go check this fridge right here, right now.
Oh yeah, here we go.
You have food right here, right there.
But I'm a picky eater. I'm a picky eater.
You can most easily get food right there, and yet you complain to us. You had Laurel buy you food, Uber you food. That's just manipulation there. That's just lying. Continuing on. You rely on a lot of things for POTS to avoid doing things, like I said, cleaning things or doing stuff. I know you can. I know it's hard for you, but you can manage it. With doing the doctors, you have 10K. You can easily ask me before this all happened to go to the doctors and stuff like that. The fact that I have to tell you to do things like, oh, you need to go to your doctor's appointment, or, oh, you need to, like, maybe figure out your POTS, and then sometimes you ignore me, and then sometimes you're like, oh, maybe we should do this another day or something like that, or then you fall asleep on appointments. Literally, I literally knocked on the door multiple times for your one appointment with your therapist, because she said she was going to be a temporary therapist, and then she called me saying, hey, where's Jack, by the way? And I was like, he fell asleep, he didn't wake up. I told you literally the night before, do you have a therapist? Wow. And then you say, oh, alarm clocks don't work because you're a nice sleeper, but yet you put on an alarm clock.
Wait,
for
what?
That one really important doctor's appointment. Seems like you're prioritizing something differently, but that's different. You also omit a lot of things. You tell me I'm omitting a lot of things. You don't realize you're omitting a lot of things to myself. I can handle omitting things. I can handle it. You, on the other hand, can't handle it. You say, I can't handle it. The fact that you just tried walking up right now and said I was yelling at you proves my point and proves you wrong. You were wrong about saying that you're able to handle this, and you're not.
I'm Winsome Earl Sears, candidate for governor, and I sponsored this ad.
Jay Jones says he wants to put 2 bullets in a political opponent.
Anyway, continuing on.
We're like only 11 minutes in.
You take a mile instead of an inch. I understand that you're in a very unfortunate situation, but we're trying to help you. But you start whittling us down by saying we're not helping you, and then start lying about things, and then your lies start surfacing back up again. And speaking of your lies, your internet drama and stuff like that, it's not drama, it's pure criticism. You've been victim blaming everyone without talking about yourself. You've been saying this person did this, this, and then you don't talk about what you've done. You had the police called on you multiple times, and then you barely said what you've done there, what you've done to basically kind of deserve that kind of police calling, or why did that happen? But you go, oh, my mom just hates me or something like that, when we find out, oh, you've been violent to people. Anyways, you victim complexing. You say that you have to be the victim in every situation possible, and then with how in the apartment and how she left, you literally tried killing yourself over stairs. The same thing with and stuff like that. I know you're not blaming it, but that's just extremely.
I'm gonna kill Ace. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill Ace. On everything, I'm gonna kill Ace. Fuck that guy, bro. Hold on, is he here? Oh, for God's sakes! Yo.
No one can come back. I know you said that you understand why Jade left, but then you hold a grudge. You say that you understand.
Yo, Midwich, you're about to lose your moderator if you talk some more shit, bro.
You abandoned me for the apartment, by the way. She did this. She dipped on me. You told me she dipped on me when she did not. She told me she was going to take a break from you. And speaking of taking a break, you said she ghosted her. She ghosted you. Literally, the last thing she sent was something of you, and then like before
I can see my chat just fine. I'm reading it right now.
She sent something, and then you left her, and then you texted her, and then she texted back something, and then you said like, okay, I don't quite remember that, but I can probably have to pull it up or something. She's not here currently, but still, I
lost track of what they were talking
about that kind of stuff. You tried making yourself the victim and kind of things, and then you kicked us out when you said you could handle it. When you went to the Band-Aid strip up, you kicked us out of the group chat. And then with the Draggy situation, you said he's sadistic and loves attention. He's 17.
Here we go with Draggy.
That kid is 17. You're 20. 20. You just turned 20. I understand. You just left your 19.
He was also like, what, 14?
I understand.
When that whole thing was going on?
Owning up for my mistakes. I understand how I handled the Cindy situation and how I was immature for all that stuff. I understand, and that's why I was in the wrong for that kind of stuff. How I handled Cindy, how we all handled Cindy's situation. For God's sake, with the cat.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of understand how traumatic that would be, to like have to look at all that Nightmare Sans porn. Like that would I mean, after watching Midwitch's video about that, like when he deadass showed that shit on screen, bro, I wanted to die. Like I wanted to just like claw my eyes out.
That you lied to your audience, basically, that Cindy took the cat. Even if you said, oh, I thought she was, you didn't try to clarify it. Within the same night, I texted you saying, hey, by the way, here's the plan here. If you give me full ownership of the cat, I can take care of it and stuff like that. And you did.
Oh, this
and
is
then
about
you
the
didn't
cat.
try to respond to your audience about that kind of stuff. And I'm trying to circle around the elephant in the big room. Speaking of being a slob, speaking of all this, you can't take care of yourself. You can't.
Yeah.
You say that you tried to do it, and yet here you are trying so hard not to get an Uber, trying so hard not to go to your doctor's appointment, trying so hard not to eat food normally. How are you going to take care of a cat? I know you said you can't take care of a cat, which is why I'm taking care of the cat, but I generally don't think the cat should go back to you. I generally don't think. Cindy's given me full ownership of the cat. She thought the cat was going back to her you as well, but now she's realizing that, hey, maybe the cat...
Queen gave it back to her, by the way. I'm pretty sure Queen ended up giving Cindy back the cat.
Cat shouldn't go back to you as well. So I generally don't think the cat should go back to you as well. Generally don't think. But anyway, continuing on, because there's so much more. And then your own family having, like I said, back with the cops because you assaulted your siblings, including the 7-year-old.
Oh, right.
You said that, not said, but you have that past history of doing that. And there's so much as well. Because then you go your trauma competition. You say about the medical condition. You tried one-upping her for that. I remember that. And it's not worse than yours. Literally, it has a rare disease. You have POTS and BPT, all which can be managed. You just don't try to make it manageable. And then because you're also making it worse, you're not eating normally. You skip days. You tell us, oh, when we say we don't have money, you go, oh, I guess I'll starve. Jay literally paid for your food for one day. And I was like saying, hey, I don't have money, which I did not have money then. And then so you pay for your food because you're like, I guess I'll go starving then. That's just guilt tripping, either intentionally or unintentionally. That's just still guilt tripping. You should know that by now because you've been, people have guilt tripping for you before. You said people have done these horrible things to you. Why are you doing these horrible things to us now?
Yeah, I kind of get it.
Speaking of, you think your life is generally cursed because you are not 100% catered to. That's what we're feeling like. As soon as something little goes wrong, you just start basically going downwards, basically. The fact, like I said, the fact that you walked up shows that you haven't grown, haven't changed. I'm grateful you're sitting down right now, but there's just so much that's been going on, and there's just a lot, like I said, that's been going on, and not everything has to be 100% catered toward. I give you resources to do things. I gave you opportunity, new other things. You have 10K. You can use it. This is an emergency. Use your money. Don't be afraid to dip into it. I understand you have trauma and stuff like that, but you just gotta try. You haven't tried. Instead, just take advantage of us. Or you go, oh, I guess I'll just miss my doctor's appointment. And I tell you, if I tell you on December 16th, I can't drive you to your doctor's appointment, I'm betting you're going to say, oh, I guess I won't go to my doctor's appointment then, instead of trying to do something about it. Instead of trying to go, oh, I guess I'll get an Uber or something like that, because you've used those kinds of things before.
Fuck you, Ace.
Opioid addiction gets between you and what you love. Once monthly
You've used those kinds of things with the food and stuff like that. You go, oh, I guess I won't eat then. Yeah, you should eat. That's priority. You tell us that you've been hungry your whole life. You should know what it means to be full, eat more, that kind of thing. Said you're not doing that. Said you're sinking yourself in a pit by your own thing. Self-fulfilling prophecy. You say we're not helping you. You say that you're in a bad spot. You say you're doing this. You're focusing on the negative so much, and it's dragging you down. It's the mindset. You're a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that is not a good thing. Continuing
really,
on.
That's what I've been saying. That's really
you say that we never help enough. And
blame the disorder,
or we
blame the illness.
Thinks we need to do everything for you.
But anything
like
that it's
we
not,
make you food.
it's the disorder, not me,
need
bro.
you a trachete for 3 days, and then I drove you to appointments. I don't know if he drove you around, but he drove you around a lot. And then I know they paid for food. I never did, but still, paid for your food. And then and then sometimes you got to get medicine. I think pretty sure ask you for $50 back for something like yeah, I will do it, and you never did. And then with the prosecutor calls, we had to drive you places for the prosecutor. And then when you said, oh, I guess I won't do it for like Cynthia stuff, you go, oh, I guess I just won't do it or something. I don't know, it's too much for you. That's what you kind of made it seem like in my mind. The fact that I'm remembering, because I don't remember specific things, I just remember how I feel or others feel about that situation. You just were like, no, I'm tired of this, which understandable and fair. But still, if it's that important. I'm keeping your cat. Literally, I'm helping you, but I don't know if I'm going to give you your cat back. We'll see.
Don't give the cat back.
Probably not, though.
Wait, what?
We'll see. And then, probably not, though.
I'm homeless. Well, not homeless. I'm staying here,
even when...
Oh, here she go. Oh my god, bro. I'm homeless. Bro,
You move.
I'm not saying I'm gonna take her when I go back.
You have the expectancy you'll ever get her back. That's what I'm meaning.
I mean, not really. It's like 50-50 for me.
What?
Not because of it's... Sorry, I had brain fog all day. Go ahead. You can...
Yeah, no worries. Well, big worries. I helped you move away from Cynthia. I'm starting to regret moving you from Cynthia because I feel like that could have been handled more privately, more professionally. I feel like that's what I feel like I should have just kind of left you there. Not left you, should have checked up on you, which is what I did. I did check up on you. Why do you think you're here now away from Cynthia? I'm glad you're away from Cynthia, but your actions are not being, profitable. You're not helping yourself. You need to help yourself. We can't help someone who does not want help. We can't do everything for you like Cynthia's been doing everything for you. I have issues with her for that too as well. She's been babying you. And even then, before this whole situation, you were acting basically the same thing with your grandma.
Keep in mind, bro, this is all because Cindy poked Birdie in the crotch. And then Birdie, randomly, remembered that after the whole Eno thing. That he thought of that shit and oh no, so you mean my entire life I've been sexually assaulted, that kind of thing. And so that's what the whole thing's about.
And your grandpa, because literally your grandma said in the I'm Back video, She said, "You're burning your bridges." Basically said things that I would say, and you made her out to be the villain. I'm probably going to be the villain in your life because you think I am, when I'm genuinely giving you criticism. Any criticism thrown your way, you think, oh, she's a bad person, or there.
Cindy, alright, bro. Here you go again. Jar was right. No, he wasn't. That, bro. Jar, his whole purpose of this was, he did, his whole motive, Jar's whole motive behind this entire thing was just to crack. That's all it is. He just wanted to crack.
Bad person. He's a bad person. You're thinking Jade's a bad person. You're thinking Cass is a bad person. You're 100% thinking I'm a bad person. Well, probably. I don't even want to think of it. But yeah, you probably do right now.
What do you mean that's why he's the GOAT, bro? Cindy's chopped as fuck, bro. What are you talking about? All that for that, bro. You know? Like, why? You could settle on some fine Latina shit, bro. Not Al, but like, you know, just like a fine Latina shit. You know what I'm saying?
Even forever now, if you ever do change, because you said you changed, but you didn't. You, like I said, you don't do anything for yourself, because I keep jumping around. God damn it. Like I said,
get to it.
You rely heavily on everyone else. While you said you want to be independent, you told us multiple times you want to be independent, and I've given you choices to let you be independent. I say, okay, take an Uber, go do this, maybe do this. I gave you resources, and you're still not helping yourself at all. You're instead laughing in your room, doing nothing. I know it's nighttime right now, but you could have done something all day. You could have done something yesterday. You could have done something the days before.
But I finished this animation.
Like you could have done something. You just kept sitting in your room doing nothing. And then I already talked about the waking up in time for the appointments that you need. You sometimes don't set up reminders. I know I said I was going to set a reminder, but the fact that you didn't set a reminder yourself kind of worries me as well. I know I should have said, oh, we'll set it for you. But usually the typical thing is, oh, I should set this myself, or oh, I'll keep this as a mental thing and stuff like that. Even when I dropped you off to the appointment, I found myself typing down what your appointment was instead of you writing it down yourself.
What the fuck was
I
that?
said, oh, maybe you should write it down.
I have it on the card.
Good.
The card's in my room.
Good. You just didn't show me that.
I told you I had the card.
The card, did it have December 16th on it?
Yeah, it just didn't have the other one for some reason.
You didn't tell me it had December 16th. I found out December 16th was a complete surprise to me.
I did. I said that I still had the other one written down, but not the December 3rd. Was it the 3rd? The December 3rd one. I did specify that.
Let me see. Hold on.
What are they even
I gotta pull
talking
that
about?
up. Because I might be crazy.
At least I said there's another December appointment on here, something like that. I
think I did. Well, okay. Jeez. Let's see.
Bro, just skip it, bro. Skip it, bro.
Okay, let me see.
Yo, it's a nice ass day outside. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, damn it! Fuck.
Now's the time
To make
for a
it
great
even
deal
more
on a new
excruciating.
Honda. From the
Oh yeah, you told me on 11/29 you're not at a place where
Yo, you better get banned if you say that shit in my chat again, bro.
you could afford to do that. You have 10K. Why'd you tell me that? Let's see.
I'm not buying a Honda. You buy your fucking 1975 Monte
dramatic.
Carlo, bro.
You say I'm not mad. I'm just being dramatic. You are mad at me.
Your fucking
And then you
Facebook
kind of ignored me.
Marketplace.
Well,
Monte
you wasn't
Carlo
mad, but
you
it's
got
hard to
from
probably discern. You
fucking
should be mad or
Chile.
something. That's the thing. You don't take things seriously. I don't even know if you're taking myself seriously as well. If you're taking me seriously, huh?
I'm listening.
You're listening, but is that the same as being serious about this? Are you going to change because I said this? I'm putting in the effort to help you change, to realize things. If someone told me, I got a lot of hate bombs for interacting with you on it, and then I realized why I was doing it, and I changed and grown as a person. And
You were not gonna buy a NASCAR.
that's why I'm confronting you on now, these types of things, because you need these things.
You
But
are
are you going
not
to change?
buying it.
Who
You are
freaking
not
knows?
buying a
We don't
goddamn
know. I don't know.
NASCAR, bro.
I shouldn't have done that. This is a serious situation. But still.
Wait, what?
let's keep
What'd you say?
Who freaking knows? We don't know. I don't know.
What?
I shouldn't have done that. This is a serious situation.
Alright.
We did it. Blah, blah, blah. And then, let's see. No, we just started talking about the phone. You never told me that you had a December appointment. You just say, they didn't even write that date on the card to begin with, not saying that you had a December appointment at all. And so I was like, okay, cool.
Pretty sure I said it in person at least. I know that I did mention it.
You mentioned it after the hospital. Like after the whole thing came out, you're like, oh yeah, I had a second appointment going on. I was like, what the fuck? When did that happen?
I would not remember any of this, bro. If I was in that situation. I
personally think you scam people out of 10K.
Here we go. Here we go.
Scam people out of 10K.
Here we go.
You didn't need to ask for that much if you're not going to use it. Why you ask for 10K if you're not going to use that 10K? This is emergency, like you said. You can use that 10K. Go get your POTS diagnosed. Go get a therapist.
Man, don't waste your 10K on fake pots, bro. You don't need that shit.
Go take Ubers to places and stuff like that when I'm not.
Bro, get a fucking car. Get a fucking car. Don't take a fucking Uber. Get a car and drive.
Busy. You know how busy I am. You've kept pointing out how busy I am, holding it up on my head. I'm busy and I can't drop things off the top of my head. Of course, I'm going to be doing that. You're not busy on the other end. You're laughing in your room, doing nothing or sleeping all day. You can easily go get an Uber and do that. You say your phone's not working. Go get a new phone then. If you can't find your phone, we're trying our best to find it. And I say, oh, I literally can't find it. I haven't told you I haven't found it in my car yet, but still, that's my mom calling. God dang it, Mom.
But POTS makes it hard to press on the pedals, don't you know, bro? She does not have POTS. He does not have POTS. He doesn't. He just doesn't fucking take care of himself.
Speaking of it, hold on, let me text her. You also made pay for money while you had money.
Bro, how do you, like, she started, bro, I'm gonna get lynched for misgendering, but dude, he, like, randomly fucking, he's like out of nowhere he has POTS. Like, after moving out of his parents' house and, like, ever since, like, since the Cindy shit, he randomly has POTS. He out of nowhere has POTS. There was, like, nothing of she said nothing of significance related to POTS any time before that, bro.
And you already, like I pointed out, had food, which I already pointed that out. You complained about the nurses about limiting your meds. You're suicidal. Of course they're going to limit your meds. Be self-aware. I tell you to be self-aware. You're not being self-aware. You said, I was in the past. What made you change? Being self-aware does not stop being self-aware. If that's what
she did in the I'm Back video. Said it was some other disease. Bullshit.
You told a lot of us that you would do it again. Your suicide. You gave a mental breakdown, and then you continued.
He's pulled up so many mental illnesses to, like, as, like, a reason for her actions. She pulled so many of them out of her ass, bro. Evil autism. She came up with evil autism, bro.
To blame her. You probably still blame her. You say that ghosted / dipped on you when she didn't. You could have easily texted her back or something and said you didn't confront her on ghosting part. You didn't even confirm with her if you ghosted. I seen the text. It's literally the last thing you said. Why would Jay need to text you back, especially with the group chat going on? Instead, you can just go into the DMs and be like, hey, how are you doing? You ask us to check up on you. You don't check up on us. You have a lot of suicide that's just what I'm talking about. You talk crap about Jay to us, her best, like literally her besties, basically.
The Washington Post confirms
Jay
Jones sent texts that imagined shooting the Republican Speaker of the House. Jay Jones wished the Speaker's wife could watch her own child die in her arms. Can you trust Jay Jones to protect your children?
And then you publicize your attempts for Twitter. Why? Why are you publicizing it? People screenshotted it. I know you did.
Bro.
While you were
I just let it happen.
You were typing happily on Twitter. You were happily going on Twitter. We were pissed at you for that as well. And then the fact that I had to stop you, I was sitting right on the bed. You were on the ground, pouring the pills out in front of me. You tried taking a photo, and I was like, what are you doing? You're like, nothing, don't worry about it. Something like that. And then you tried posting it on Twitter. Why do you think that's fine to your audience of 15-year-olds, 16, 17, minors. There's minors on your public account, and said you just blast it all out. Don't blame your BPD on this. BPD only makes you more willing to do something where you don't have a lot of willingness to hold yourself in. You act on your impulses, basically. And that means you've always wanted to do that. That basically kind of shows that you wanted to do that. I told you about things that you shouldn't do, and then you grumpily sit off still, and I basically had to fight for you for that kind of thing. And then you told me you think of suicide 24/7. That's why we're not going to tell you things. Otherwise, you're going to dump out pills, stuff like that, which is why we're telling you things now, because you're not dumping out pills right now. But I don't know what's going to happen afterwards. We'll see what happens afterwards, if it's going to make you so bad you want to kill yourself or something.
I mean, for the record, I do agree with some of this. Like,
So?
Oh, here we go.
There are some that, like, you weren't there for the context.
Ah, bro. Oh, bro. But you weren't here for the context. Just bro, I'm about to break my whole setup, dude. I'm so
like how
exhausted.
you keep victimizing everyone on your YouTube video and everything. You don't say anything about. I watched your On Back video. I'm still halfway done because I
watched the whole thing.
Getting me so frustrated. I have 3 hours of recording about that because I was like, I'm going to record this to see my reaction. 3 hours, 4 hours, I think, 3 to 4 hours with just, oh, I'm going to go, and we're only an hour in. 4 hours to an hour in. We were fed up with you. Me decided to watch our I'm Back video, and we were fed up with how much you've just been pushing everything aside, victim blaming, and not taking responsibility. You're blaming Draggy, who's a 13-year-old. Going back to Draggy again, because there's more.
Oh, here we go.
You don't admit to it, and said you're calling Draggy a...
I started writing something for myself where I admit that I was wrong in that situation.
Oh! So he finally admits that he was wrong. Okay.
Well, you didn't tell us this. How were we supposed to know? We can't read minds.
Yesterday.
I started
and
yesterday.
I didn't think you would care because you're mad at me.
Do you want to... I'm telling you why I'm mad at you.
Yeah, so I didn't think you would care if I did something like that.
Then why didn't you take things seriously then? Why didn't you tell me things? I thought you were trying not to hide things from us or something like that. You see how your actions are affecting us as well? You use those exact same excuses. You're in the same boat as we are, and you're not understanding things. Instead, you're getting pissed. I understand why you're keeping those things from me, because I am mad. I am. I'm not going to hold that above your head. Maybe I will. We'll see about that. Speaking of honesty, you're using the same excuses I used as well. Yeah, and I'm admitting to some of those excuses, but because I'm mad, you're not showing me things for something like that? Because you're mad. Yesterday, should have noticed from basically the start. Draggy was 13.
Bro.
You were 16. That's worse than an age gap than Kitty Dog.
Oh, right. They were 13, not 14.
You know that, and you blame Kitty Dog for it and everything.
What? Whoa, what?
13. You were 16. That's worse than an age gap than Kitty Dog and you.
Oh.
You know that.
Oh, dude, the captions are throwing me off.
And you blame Kitty Dog for it and everything. What Kitty Dog did was horrible and stuff like that. But...
Bro, they were kids! What are you talking about? Bro.
You don't tell us to go after her and stuff like that. Instead, you're telling us to go after the 13-year-old and that the 13-year-old had a grooming thing, that you would think you were manipulated by the 13-year-old. Anyway, I'm glad if you're going to start changing now. I'm really glad that you are changing, but I'm too mad to realize that right now. So I'm going to say that I am glad that you're admitting, because better late than never, I suppose. But you've hurt so many people in the processes of being okay.
I've been coming to terms with that as well.
No, you haven't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Stop
should.
lying.
Speaking of responsibility, which you said you're taking responsibility for Draggy's fault. We'll see how that goes with your new video, if you're posting that out.
No, he's not.
I'm still mulling it over. I'm still processing it.
No, you're not. It's still not out. It's still not out. When was the last time she posted a video? Hold up. It has been 11 months. This has been 11 months in the making. I know, just a year. How about, no, like, around a year. This has been around a year in the making, dude.
Because I need to, like, never mind. Sorry, my brain fog. I can't think today.
Okay.
Shut up, bro.
Don't blame that.
Yeah.
And then,
Nah, bro, people were telling me, bro, y'all telling me that Queen was being was like a, you know, was a, I don't know, a fucking dumbass. Which, you know, regarding the cat situation, yeah, but like, I don't know. Queen is like pressing Birdie's shit, bro. She's pressing him, bro. I mean, shit. I'm all for it. Who is this?
Speaking
Chest
of nudes,
is this the guy, bro? You're the guy, bro. I saw your comment, bro. That was the funniest shit, dude.
Child porn.
What? Okay, here we go.
Speaking of nudes, you have child porn?
Do you? Hold on. This is the grand question.
You have child porn.
What are you talking about?
When you were younger, people sent you nudes? You sent people's nudes, stuff like that.
Julian.
We were the same ages, and I didn't save any of them. They actually saved them and posted them on Kiwi Farms and stuff.
I don't even know what Kiwi Farms is.
We were both.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Like, me and that person were both like 15. I never saved any of them. I actually deleted all of mine as soon as we broke up.
It's still child porn. It's still child porn. It doesn't matter if you're the same age. It's still child porn.
All of them.
Okay.
Alright, dude.
Hi, Mark Barden at Sandy Hook Promise here.
Shut up.
When the gunman shot his...
Hello, Ciceric.
I wouldn't do something like that now. I was 15.
What's good, bro?
Okay.
I wouldn't do that.
I know. Right now.
I don't like, bro. Are they stupid? Like, you're sending a picture of. You sent a picture. It doesn't matter if you saved it. You sent it, bro. You're distributing it, bro.
You got mad at me. You blamed me for missing your appointment last week when I completely forgot about it, which was, yes, my fault. I will admit to that, stuff like that. But you got mad saying, why didn't you wake me up when, yeah, you should have also known that was your appointment because
yeah, I mean,
we literally have that down as well.
She's not his babysitter.
And stuff like that. You should have had that written down as well and said you missed it. I think I even told you the night before, hey, you got an appointment, an important appointment the night before, and then you completely forgot about that. You said you wanted to be independent.
Oh my God, good luck with that.
You told us you can't interact with fan art for like that 15-year-old stuff like that. I know a lot of people draw fan art of you and stuff like that. But as soon as you found out that kid was 15, instead of owning up to it, saying that was my fault, I should not have looked at it, you instead went, stop making this weird. I didn't privately DM them.
Right there.
Yeah.
There are a few misunderstandings with that. And I do still, that was a big mistake that I made, reacting so defensively, which is why I decided to take a break from social media and why I'm continuing to do that, because I realized I'm not stable enough to run a public account at the place that I'm at mentally right now. And I realized that I was getting defensive at this person, and I still did not check their profile. I thought they were I assumed that they were 16 or 17, because I'm yeah, my audience is 16 plus.
But even then, that kind of thing, that's an 18 plus thing. Self-harm, but the thing, that's an 18. Did you just say I didn't know?
Yeah.
Bro, what?
I only found out until I saw posts about it on Twitter.
Bro.
And then I realized I fucked up because I didn't even check it. I was getting all defensive over something really stupid, and I did make a mistake, and I should have checked their profile because they were obsessively making fan art of me, and I didn't think, oh, this is weird. I was just oh, it's fan art. I have to comment on it.
Fair enough, but I'm talking about how that stuff, how your entire account, some of your really cute art, yeah, definitely should be. But Seth's Deadly Sin characters, which is 100% 18 plus, you admitted it to as well. I remember you also admitting it to me as well, saying that, oh, I should probably make some of these 18. Instead, you drew very extreme, literally almost sex, just literally, what's his name again? June groping.
Oh, I know what they're talking about.
When I drew that stuff. No, I'm talking about now. This is like now recently. Like this is new Seth.
Wait,
this
what?
is new Juno.
My age, like my age of the character.
But still, I'm talking about your audience who watches those stuffs, looks at those stuffs. You have very sexual things that belong on an 18+ page. Your My Little Pony, really cute, your derpy stuff, but you post it on there, 100% good. That's good for any ages. But your Seth Deadly Sin characters you've posted about, your extremely hypersexual character you've posted about on stuff, bad. No, keep that away from kids at this point, especially with how gray that area. Just make it 18+. If you think it's gray, making 18+. Basically kind of make that black and white separation. 18+, that's fine.
I do actually think that's a good idea. I don't like having minors in my audience in the first place, so I definitely should just mark everything as 18+. I'll have to mull that over though, because that's like, I'm gonna have to worry about that later, because I can't even think about social media right now. I have to focus on other stuff.
Like what?
Yeah, but...
Like what? Showering? Bro, alright, I'm getting mad. Like... Oh my god. Did he just say, I have other stuff to focus on that's not social media? What other stuff are you ever focusing on that's not social media? Please.
People want change now, too, as well.
There are other things that are priorities right now, like calling the apartment, checking the emails. I don't know what else. I haven't been able to think today, but
Yo, about to fucking tweak. I'm gonna tweak. Dude, bro, she can't even think of what she has to do, bro.
I have been trying to prioritize other things, because I know that if I focused on the internet right now, I would spiral, and I know that I do not need to do that right now.
Then you shouldn't even be on the internet.
Exactly.
You shouldn't. At that point, just don't be on the internet anymore. Stop being on the internet. Find a job. Get your GED. You have 10 pages. Serve you through. Stuff like that. Get your GED or something. It's just because you have disabilities doesn't mean you can't do it. You just don't want to do it.
There you
There's
go.
a difference. Because there's a lot of people out in the world who have disabilities worse than yours too. I'm not going to say that they're worse. Everyone's worse and stuff like that. It's just that you can do it. You just don't want to. And it's becoming too late. That's the thing. There's sometimes time limits to things. When you start doing things and stuff like that, there's just basically time limits where people just break their psyche. You told me that we're breaking your psyche. You're also breaking all of our psyches because you're doing everything where you just sometimes can't come back from it. This part right here is getting so bad where you just literally can't come back from this. You're basically worse than Cindy. You are. You are.
Let me think. I don't know. They're just as bad, in my opinion. I'm trying to compare like what. Because like there's a lot to think about. You know, there was the rape chart, and then there was like, I don't know.
Becoming worse than Cindy.
The only thing I know about Cindy is that, you know, she drew Undertale AU porn and all that shit.
You realize too late, stuff like that, for too many things. Even then, I can't.
The fresh cuts with the 12-year-old. Yeah, never mind. That's worse. Yeah, honestly. And the ribs too. I don't know if that's true or not, but the ribs, that's out there.
And I don't know how to believe your words because.
Sorry guys, I can't think today. I just can't think today.
You said that gaslighting is fun to me. You said that you can pretend to do things. How can I trust your word? You've lied to us so many times that I can't.
Stop you right there with that one too. I only meant in the context of like, I don't think you understood properly because it's not something that people do like as a joke. But I'll be like, oh yeah, this. Did you know that? Let me think.
What?
With premium light, you can hear me say all these words ad-free. Tingly, spring, chicken, microplastic.
What the fuck did I just watch?
James Corden was in SpongeBob. That's like that's what I was talking about. I do not try to intentionally lie to people, and I know that I've lied to you, and I'm still processing that. Yesterday I realized that I'm wrong and I'm starting to process it.
No.
But it's
Oh my god.
the process is a process, and I have.
Yo, I'm about to hop on the game after this, guys.
I'm doing one thing at a time, and again, my brain fog today. I can barely form sentences, but like, go ahead.
You were having happily fun on Discord right there and then, before any of this happened.
Yo, Queen,
I was listening
please,
to you
bro.
laughing off over there.
Yeah.
He was having
She's saying, I can't think today.
fun, which I understand. It is okay to laugh off and stuff like that. And I understand it's fine to do that kind of stuff.
Discussing with that person the things I've had revelations about.
Yeah, cool. Great. Yeah, but it's becoming too late. You've said all these things to us, and now you're just finally realizing the gravity of your situation. Did someone tell you your actions, how bad it was?
Rivals after an intense Birdie watch sesh is akin to medieval torture. I didn't say that I was going to play Rivals, dumbass. You don't know what I could be playing after this. I could be hopping on Genshin Impact, you know? I could just do that. Or I could go on to Geometry Dash because I know you love watching me on Geometry Dash, Midwich.
Why does it take someone else to tell you how bad your actions are sometimes? Which I understand. I should not be making that as a thing because sometimes it is. Sometimes someone needs to tell you. But the thing is that you've gone through these types of situations before. You should have known better. You've had people manipulate you. You got pissed at the same things that we're getting pissed at you for. And yet here you are making some excuses for some things and stuff like that. And you've even admitted right now that you have lied to me. Of course, I'm not going to take you very seriously for those kinds of stuff. I literally heard you talk about your mom right then and there. But then again, I didn't hear the whole conversation.
Wait.
So.
Oh, we were talking about, like, it wasn't anything serious. It was just, like, my mom talks really weird. She says, like, yo and, like, daddy-yo all the time.
What?
Yeah, I remember you said that to me. But still, it's just bad. Because, like, serious conversations need to have serious topics, stuff like that.
That wasn't a serious conversation, though.
You told me that it was a serious conversation. Well, you didn't say in your words.
We've been talking about really serious stuff, but like we just decided, like, why don't we watch something tonight and then we can keep talking tomorrow. So.
That's fair enough. That is fair enough.
I'm about to watch Reels, bro.
Yeah, I already talked to you about Squirt. Don't think you will ever probably get Squirt back.
Yeah.
So keep that in your mind. And I know you killed yourself over Squirt. I'm hoping you do not. I really don't. But you said that you weren't going to kill yourself. So I'm taking your words seriously. You said you're not going to kill yourself. I'm going to say this right here and then. You're probably, high likely, not going to get Squirt. Anyway, you've been disrespecting a lot of people.
Yo, guys, off topic. Today is Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. I'm very prideful about this. Well, I'm not saying I'm an indigenous person. I'm white as fuck, but I to all of the indigenous people, to all my indigenous women out there, I fuck with y'all. Heavy. Happy Indigenous People Day, everybody. Love y'all. Know what I'm saying? Type shit. Alright, anyway, let's
You've been disrespecting. You've been disrespecting so many people, which I can't remember. Draggy as well. The fact that you have to get completely hated on for you to realize that your problems were a problem. You basically, you're walking around in front of his parents in his underwear, which I understand that. I don't even understand that. Like, I don't think you do this in front of anyone's parents. You don't walk out into the public with just your underwear. You don't walk out in front of just random people's parents, just your underwear.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit.
Lauren that you were uncomfortable with going in through her fridge, but yet you were fine and dandy going through his house in an underwear, down and up and down the stairs with ramen, and then when you get food, you go back up and hide in the stairs, stuff like that. And we have to basically be like, hey, you want to hang out before you go out and actually hang out with us and stuff like that, because you go, I'm bored or something like that. And then you kept the lights on all night so she couldn't sleep, but that's just being very inconsiderate of others. You've been inconsiderate of so many people.
Though. I know we came to an agreement about the lights, but I genuinely can't.
Which doesn't hold above your head, but the fact that she was mainly mentioning the lamp, which I can't speak for.
Oh, the lamp. I thought you meant the room lights, because I did used to sleep with room lights on. Never mind.
Yeah, but still, that even with situation, because that's with and stuff like that, I can't talk for her. You're just being inconsiderate of so many people, being disrespecting so many people, and I remember I was like, oh, we're turning on the big lights, and you're like, yeah, I have just impressive flares, which is basically like not gaslighting. That's just, what's that word again? Guilt tripping, basically. That's the amount of guilt trip, like little guilt trips start piling up to big guilt trips. You've guilt tripped us about so many things. That's saying like big things where we have to panic and start doing things from you. And you've had experiences where your suicidal attempts were just for show, so you can make the other person do something for you. And then you stop and call the cops.
It goes for a lot of people.
So, yeah. Don't know if you stopped because I called the cops, or did you stop because you realized I was fucked up. And it could either be both. It really could be. And then you continue to ask others to spend money before spending your own. Like, you asked me for $5. I understand that you were out of $5, but you could have immediately went to do that solution, because I was like,
I did. I said that, like, I didn't communicate it, but I was like, just in case I can't get it over, because I don't know if I can with this phone, but I'm going to try, and I tried, and I got it to work.
Yeah, you should have done that first before asking me for the $5 bill. And then showed me I can't do this. Then I would have tried my best to help you. But instead, you asked me for the $5 first, which is super inconsiderate, and which is what Cass is saying is super inconsiderate. I personally was like, okay, cool, but I found that pissy. I was getting upset myself too, because I was like,
I was the U.S. Marshal for 8 years.
Police captain for 35 years.
40 years.
45 years.
As often.
Speaking of masking, you act like you're okay, and yet sometimes when you think you're acting like you're okay, I think I'm going insane. Like, you just sitting here, just being, I guess, normal. That's not a good word for that. You are listening, which is, fair.
This is me processing things. Also, again, I keep mentioning the brain fog. It's actually impairing me at this point, but, like, I don't know. I can't form sentences, but I'm listening, and it's going in my brain. Just know that. I'm listening. I'm hearing the words. They're going in my head.
Okay. And then about the pretending and masking, you have...
Is there more to watch after this? You mean after this video? There is one with Queen that's like 30 minutes. I'm thinking about watching that, but like it just depends how... I don't know, bro. Bro. I'm about to fall asleep, deadass.
Your little resentment quips.
Dude, I need a Dr. Pepper, bro. It's just like all these aren't cold. I refilled up my fridge, and yeah. Speed up the video. Fine. Hopefully I'll understand it. I'll do like about 1.5.
You told me about them, how you've did all that for those kinds of things, and that you were building it up. Why not just say it right when you're angry or something like that? Instead, you're like, oh, I was just building it up, I was just masking, I was just pretending. Why are you pretending? That breaks my trust, and that's why I can't believe you for most of these things, because you say you're going to do this, and then you just don't do it. Those kinds of things. And then you said that you weren't going to kill yourself with the cops, and then you haven't, which I'm very happy, but it's just too coincidental for those kinds of things. Like I said, there's just a lot of things in your past that you've repeated,
just
and we're
going in
in
circles
behind
now,
closed
bro.
doors, because we're not in your closest inner circle. We're on the outer circle. What do you have in your inner circle that you want to hide? Why'd you kick us out of that group chat? What are you trying to hide? When I said that was a wrong move for you to kick us out of the Rhine, go to Guatemala, that was the wrongest move ever. Why did you kick us out? You could have just made a new group chat for this thing. Instead, you decided to go, you know what, boot you out. Why'd you do that?
Oh, wait, was that hypothetical or an actual question?
Actual question. Why did you do that?
Let me try to remember. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Are you just coming up with an excuse at this point? Are you just coming up with an excuse at this point? It typically does not take people that long to remember.
I was done. I was waiting for you. Sorry.
I should have said something. That was my fault. But I guess that was your fault because I can't read minds. Anyway, continue on.
Fuck, stop. I'm so sorry. I'm not usually like this. Oh, yeah, there's something about... I felt like continuing to argue would do more damage than I've already done, and I decided the friendships are beyond repair at this point. I don't want to make things worse. I don't want to hurt people worse. I don't want to keep arguing. I didn't know what else I should have done. I should have said something, obviously, but I need to work on my impulse control. But my intentions were, I don't want to hurt you guys anymore, so I'm trying to keep my distance now.
Mute. Make a new group chat. Boom. Done and simple. Make a new group chat without complain about us. Something like that. Instead, you decided to kick us out, and you haven't added us back. Instead of being like, I'm sorry.
We still have DMs. I didn't know you would have wanted another group chat.
No, I'm saying add us back to Ryan to go to Guatemala.
Why do you still want to go back?
If you want to make a new group chat, you can, but why are you keeping me from going inside the Ryan to go to Guatemala?
No, look, I mean, I don't care. What? I'm not hiding anything.
Then why are you asking me why do I want to go back to Ryan to Guatemala?
I genuinely want to understand why. Like, I thought...
Because...
I was trying to say, I was literally just saying, like, it feels like things are beyond repair at this point, and I want to stop doing damage. And I need to work on myself while I'm away from you guys.
And you're so grateful that you're not working with, because I am a dumbass. And I'll keep repeating that for those kinds of things. But still, I told you, I was like, that was a wrong move and stuff like that. I even said that you said, we'll see, but I'm not here to argue with Cass. That is not arguing with you. That is you, what's the right word? Being wrong. You being in the wrong and you just double downing. You being in the wrong and just double downing. I'm showing you proof and said you kick us out. Instead of saying, hey, I'm not going to talk anymore, and just mute the group chat and leave. Not even leave the group chat. You don't have to leave. Instead, you could have just, you could have just left the group chat yourself. Instead, you've done that before. You've left group chats when you get upset at things. Why did you kick us out instead? You could have just left yourself. Instead, you kicked us out.
Wait, sorry, was that rhetorical, or?
That was the question. Oh, instead of leaving yourself, why'd you kick us out?
I felt like you guys, like... I think, yeah, it's the same thing I said before. I didn't want to keep doing any more damage. I felt like if the conversation continued, I would say something I regretted, and that was just the first thing my mind went to. And again, I need to work on my impulse control. I didn't come to that conclusion at that time quite yet.
And why are you being so defensive? Sorry to interject. Why are you being so defensive with me saying, just add us back?
I thought, like, aren't you guys, like, done with me? Or, like, not even in, like, oh, you guys are done with me, but, like, haven't I done enough damage? Like, why do you still try to care about me?
I want to go slam my head into a fucking wall at this point.
Why do you still care? But, like, haven't I done enough damage? Like, why do you still try to care about me?
I want to go slam my head into a fucking wall at this point. Why do you think? Why do you still care? Why do you still care about me? Why do you...
I genuinely just don't understand why,
because that's who we are as people. We're trying to make sure you're not helpless, and then here you are saying, you don't help me enough, you don't do this, you don't do that. Sometimes I'm trying to prove you wrong, and here you are proving me right a lot of times. I still care about you. I've never said to you in person that I was done. I said I was about to be done. You're breaking me and my limits, but whoever's telling you I'm officially done with you, it's wrong. I say I'm about to, depending on what you're doing, but it sounds like you have incriminating things in that group chat that you don't want us to see.
The Washington Post confirms Jay Jones sent texts that imagined shooting the Republican Speaker of the House. Jay Jones wished the Speaker's wife could watch her own child die in her arms. Can you trust Jay Jones to protect your children?
I mean, I can add you back. If you want to be added back.
I would love to be added back, but...
Is this still a friendship? What even is this at this point?
I don't know at this point. You don't even need to add me back, but I'd love to be added back. But I don't care at this point. I understand you're confused why I'm asking to be added back, but you didn't even answer my question on why... What was the question beforehand? It was something, because I know it's not why did you take us out, because you answered that. It was basically, why didn't
I leave myself?
Yeah.
It was...
You've done that before.
It was an impulsive response.
And what?
I'm trying to process in my brain. I'm trying to unpack all of my behaviors that I let things get too out of hand, because every time a traumatic situation happens, I just turn into an asshole, and I have to unlearn that every time. And I'm trying to unlearn it. I'm trying to unlearn it again. I just don't want to hurt people around me right now. I don't think it's good to be talking to you guys right now in the state that I'm in. I should have realized that sooner, but yeah.
The fact that you've also said you keep repeating it over and over and over again. At this point, you just need to go into inpatient care. At this point, you just need to go see physical help. Just be like, it's gone way too much. This is a repeating pattern over and over and over again. Go to inpatient care. Literally go to the ER and being like, I'm going to go into patient care. Please help me. If you realize that you need help, the nurses are giving you help. If you need me to drop you off tonight or something like that, I can drop you off at the ER tonight so you can go to inpatient care. You can think of that. Go to inpatient care. Try that out. They'll help you. They'll make sure you're medicated for you to regulate these responses. And instead you rely on your trauma to do things. I'm pointing things out to Jade. Jade's super, not misogynist. What's the word? Not misogynist. It's the word where women hate men or people just hate men. Yeah. Because she has trauma for that, and she's literally now she's gone through her trauma, and she doesn't hate all men anymore for those kinds of things. Because she's realizing a pattern. I'm pointing out to her, and she's a lot more understanding. I understand. You realize that we're a lot more to bite off than you can chew. Then you know this. Go seek more professional help. A therapist is not going to cut because you're just going to go back into your house and be all by yourself again. You need to go into inpatient care at this point. Try it out or something at this point, because you're hurting too many relationships. Because, like your grandma said, you burned your bridges. You're burning your bridges even now. This is a repeated offense. You didn't cut me.
That's why I'm confused as to why you still want to talk to me.
Because I want you to at least change before I dip and leave.
Okay, I will. Like, I try. I mean, I'm trying now. Do you believe me?
I'm slowly believing you. Like I said, you're lucky to be dealing with me instead of those two.
I know it seems convenient, but I just started reflecting. Fuck, this is the first time I've cried in months. So yeah, something is clearly different.
It's the first time I've cried in months. Shut the f...
I realized something about myself that it changes a lot. I'm sorry. You're good.
Misandry? I've never heard of that word.
I realized I lined up behaviors in my head, and I thought, why this isn't something a normal person would do. Normal people don't have these thought processes. What's going on? And so I tried to look into it, and I'm not going to tell you what disorder it is, but I have another mental disorder that I match all of the.
Oh my god, bro! Did she just say that she has another mental disorder, bro? Yo, bro.
What people don't have these thought processes. What's going on? And so I tried to look into it, and I'm not going to tell you what disorder it is, but I have another mental disorder that I match all.
Wait, whoa, what? What? Hold up.
Look into it, and I'm not going to tell you what disorder it is, but I have another.
What the f...
Other mental disorder that I match all of the criteria, and it's like it's one of those evil user disorders, and it just that drilled it into my head. Okay.
Don't drill it into your head.
I said that's what made me drill it into my head, that I need to focus on what I'm doing. I need to make changes. I found that out yesterday. I looked it up yesterday.
What? What? No, this is exactly what I mean. No, I'm right. No, I swear to God. This is exactly what I mean. She is pulling this shit out of her ass, dude. She is pulling this out of her ass. Because these behaviors align with somebody who has a disorder. That's how he be self-diagnosing himself. The self-diagnosis bullshit that people do, bro. It's exactly how we go, bro. I'm fucking right. I know it, dude. Bro, I feel like Dokes right now, dude. Holy shit, dude.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use it as an excuse because I don't even want to say like
Yo,
what it is. Like,
dude, alright, I need to calm down.
I've been telling people, like, I told them, but that's because, like, I asked if I could talk to them. Sorry, dude, I literally haven't cried in months. I don't know what this is. It's like
nobody
something
cares.
Something changed in my head yesterday. God.
I'm gonna drink water more again.
It's okay if you don't believe me, because I keep going back and forth. Oh, I can handle this, and then I can't. Oh, I can do this, and then I'm lying.
So I'm right and you're wrong?
Yeah.
Cool, good to know.
I told you everything changed yesterday.
Bro, wow.
Could have at least told me that. I would have been sure. Because the thing is that.
Do you want me to talk with you about it? I'm sorry. I
Yeah, this is the first time I've cried in months. You want a fucking cookie or what?
get confused about this stuff.
I don't know if I can handle this by myself or kind of like that. I think generally you need to be in inpatient care if you're realizing you're that.
I'm Merle Sears, candidate for governor,
Oh my God.
and I sponsored this ad.
Jay Jones says he wants to put 2 bullets in.
Bad. Like not that bad as in like bad guy, but like if your disorders are that bad, then yes, inpatient care. I understand you have trauma with it. I understand, but you can at least give it a try. Try out new inpatient cares. There's always going to be a good inpatient care or a bad inpatient care. There's always going to be both those kinds of things. Just like how there's good people, bad people, great people. There's also in-betweens as well. So that's up to you at that point. I think I will. I don't even know. I'm going to go talk. We're going to figure things out. Do you want to talk in private or do you want to talk? Or have you had your heart set on things?
I feel like my trust has been broken, and
Bro.
I don't think like I can live with you anymore.
I understand. I'm gonna call the apartment on Monday.
And I was.
Who is
hoping we
this?
could, like, get a hotel for the time being.
Yeah.
Just like while you're waiting to get back from the apartment, and then like I can give you all your stuff now, or we can give you.
Probably not now.
Probably gonna wait because I would be in a hotel.
That's fine. If I could just get the keys. I can't do this. It's very overwhelming.
I
There's a lot of
understand.
stuff, and I'm sorry to do this to you because
It's
I know
okay.
you're very overwhelmed right now, but it's just.
I know you guys are too. I know. It's okay.
I just don't want to be a part of any.
It's okay. You don't have to be. I was about to say it's okay if you guys don't want to talk to me ever again, or you don't want to see me anymore. It's okay.
I have a feeling you are going to go hip hip hooray to that. Personally, I don't know if you're purposely guilt tripping me or personally not.
Dude, I haven't. I don't know how long, but like that was real. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want to do that even. Like I'm trying not to.
So you know that you're worse than Cindy at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, let me repeat myself. So you do know you're being worse than Cindy at this point, right?
In what way?
He has been,
way,
bro.
You're not owning up responsibility. You're just now owning up responsibility. Cindy.
It's not even about that, bro. Nah, bro.
You remember how you said, I don't believe Cindy when she says this stuff? This is me to you. How does that feel? Now you're in the same situation that Cindy is. Do you realize Do you sympathize with her? Do you realize this is what Sydney felt when she's trying to change? Something like that. What are you going to do at that hotel? Get an apartment? What next? What next? Are you going to get your GED? You're going to just decorate your room? You've been buying derpy plushies this entire time instead of buying food. You're buying food and you're staying very, very attached. You can buy the derpy plushies alongside food. I wouldn't judge you for the derpy plushies, but I'm judging the fact that you're saying, oh, I want to save money while you're buying derpy plushies. What? Priorities. Where's your priorities? Instead, you're prioritizing on derpy.
Can I explain something?
Go ahead.
The reason I started being scared to spend money is because I impulse bought all of those things, and like I said, I'm going
Impulse bought?
So that's a mistake on my part, and I am going to spend my money to get the hotel, get the apartment.
How do you impulse buy? You mean buying it on impulse, bro? Dude, how do you impulsively buy plushies? How do you impulsively buy plushies, bro?
I'm going to do that now because everything changed yesterday. I want you to know I'm
Everything
real
changed
about
yesterday, guys.
So, so your priority is, oh, I regret buying derpy plushies. Let me just not eat. Let me just not eat to save up money instead. Let me just do this instead of doing all this. Eat. That's how your pots are getting worse. That's how everything is getting worse. Why do you think you're feeling so shitty? Because you're not eating properly. I don't feel shitty because I eat properly. Not many people feel shitty because they're eating properly. Feeling shitty because she's not also eating properly. Now she's feeling a little bit more better, a little bit, depending on the situation and stuff like that. But you are able to at least help feel a lot more better if you're full on food. You don't know how to take care of yourself. That's the thing. Instead of going to the hotel,
she
go to
needs the derpy plushies in case an apocalyptic event takes place. You never know. All right.
That you're going to throw yourself
I
into
have
the
to just
wilderness
time you out for
or
that one,
a guy knows
bro.
what, and try sticking on your own, and then you're just probably going to what, kill yourself maybe, even though you said you're not going to kill yourself, something like that. Or maybe go live with your aunt instead in Washington, who said she will. Why aren't you doing that instead? You told me that, oh, my aunt wants to live. I understand you don't want to, but if you're worst case scenario, go live with her instead. Those kinds of things.
Or move it back in with your parents. I don't know.
Priorities. Priorities. I'm gonna drink water again. Working on that. Working on that. Working on that. Working on that.
Yeah, I'm working on myself.
Good. That's not a bad thing.
I know.
Good.
I want you to know I'm not being sarcastic because like my voice is pretty flat.
Yeah. I know you're like that.
Nah, bro. You don't, bro. Oh, I'm burping. My bad.
I know you're like that on a lot of things. Because
God damn it!
Be inspired by a daring, powerful performance by Ballet BC,
That's fire.
Canada's lead.
I've been talking to as well, and they told me a lot of things that makes sense as well. I'm gonna say something that wanted me to tell you this.
Wait, I'm sorry.
You don't change just because you say you're changing. You're that's not like, bro.
Don't say anything. I'm sorry. I'm so done with him, dude. Do not say anything.
Okay.
You're not gonna believe me, but he was so fucking mean to me all the time. He was literally emotionally abusing me, and I was mean to him back. I admit that. I was in that situation too, but I do not want to hear from him.
Working on that.
Wait, who are they talking about?
Good. That's not a bad thing.
I know.
Good.
I want you to know I'm not being sarcastic because like my voice is pretty flat.
Yeah. I know you're like that. I know you're like that on a lot of things. Because I've been talking to as well, and they told me a lot of things that makes sense as well. I'm gonna say something that wanted me to tell you this.
Wait, I'm sorry. Don't say anything. I'm sorry. I'm so done with him, dude. Do not say anything.
Okay.
You're not gonna believe me, but he was so fucking mean to me all the time. He was literally emotionally abusing me, and I was mean to him back. I admit that. I did wrongs in that situation too, but I do not want to hear from him ever again.
Okay.
That is my boundary. I don't want to hear from him again.
That's my boundary.
Okay. So you don't want to hear about the Vinny part. So what do you hate about him, at least?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it for a while because I ended that whole thing like 2 years ago, I think.
What is it? The Maryland dude? Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have to prepare for a conversation like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that would make sense. But can I at least say this one thing? I mean, then again, if you don't want to talk about it, I'm not going to force you to talk about it.
As long as it's not anything from him, it might be fine. I don't know.
Okay, and then I'll talk about the situation with the 13-year-old, 16-year-old. You say that do you still think that 13-year-old manipulated you when you were 16?
Oh,
no,
draggy.
Like I said, I've been writing a document trying to, like, I wrote a document taking accountability for that situation.
I want to see this
So
document.
at least you're growing on that. What about your siblings, your grandma? I'm not saying that your parents were bad or anything like that, but what about your... You still talk to them, yet you say that you've been so horribly abused by them. You say that you've been sexually abused by them. You say that they're in a cult. You say that
they started acting nice to me after they kicked me out. And like, I've craved that validation for like, I've craved that validation for my whole life, so I can't give that up.
There we go. Okay. Oh my god.
I need validation from my parents. I didn't have it as a kid, and they're giving it to me now. I couldn't cut them off. I tried, but I can't. They're being too nice. I just can't.
Okay. I guess that's fair. Yet you shamed them online for everything like that, which is fair and right, but yet you are refusing to cut them off.
I did cut them off at one point, but I don't even remember what happened. I know I blocked them both at one point. It might have been because I needed to see my siblings or something, but I really do need that validation from them.
Okay.
We've talked about things in depth. Me and my mom have talked about things in depth. That was last year. You weren't even, like, you didn't know me then.
No, I did not.
Things with my parents have been talked about already.
Bro, I'm just thinking about it now, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna ever understand, like, if the parents were abusive or not. But like, I mean, they're reaching out to him, you know. I don't know how to really feel about it, because it's really mixed, you know. But damn, bro, like, Birdie was like completely shaming them online, you know, like, especially on that video, saying that they like making all these abuse claims, and you know, they're still like reaching out to him, trying to help him and shit, you know. Like, those are parents, bro. Like, that just makes you feel kind of bad. But anyway.
If you do want to make things up truly for people, I recommend at least maybe some people want to be reached out to, some people don't. But that's all up to you, and I understand you need to heal and grow from this kind of stuff. And you need to stop making up excuses.
Yes.
Yes, so definitely show that those kinds of things. I'm hoping you do, and I want to see you grow for my own confirmation. I want to see you be able to do things. I want to keep in touch to know if you've changed or if you're just keeping the same. That's why I'm also sticking with you as well. I'm starting to realize my feelings over the situation. I want to stick around to see if you do change or not, but not in the same way as I was before.
I wouldn't, to be honest.
I want you to see if you have changed, and it's also good to keep a critic around you for those kinds of things. I'm not hating you. I'm giving you reasonable criticisms. Do you think they're reasonable?
Yeah.
Do you think everything I've said was one of them?
I said a lot of them.
Oh, a lot of them. So if you think these are great criticisms, then you can keep me around. I keep my critics around me. I haven't blocked anyone on Twitter. I have not. I've gotten very few hate, like maybe 1 or 2 comments on hate. But also, everyone that generally, like, quote unquote, hated me, they were being critics, and when I changed, they started being nicer. That's called growing as a person for those kinds of things. You do realize why people can't associate with you anymore, because you've been a bad person and you're not changing. You say you are now. That's why I want to keep around with you, to see if you actually have changed. But I'm not going to be around with you as much as I am now. But in your head, I was never probably as close as a friend as you think I was, or as I think I was to you, because you have so many closer friends on the internet for those kinds of things.
I did take you guys for granted.
Yes.
I did.
Yes. I know he wants to say his piece, but I don't know what he wants to say. So that's up to him. And if he wants to contact you or anything, I'll tell him to contact you if you're willing to listen to criticisms, especially how to grow as a person. You can probably even call as well.
Dude, I was waiting for the
Opioid
fucking
addiction
ad.
gets between you
Opioids!
and
I love
what you
opioids.
Once monthly.
Alright.
Or something like that. Who knows what you two both want to do, because can keep ignoring you. And you can either stay or change. And I do want to be around with you to see if you have changed or if you're falling back to your same habits again. That's why I want to be... Because that's the thing. That's now I'm curious. What are you hiding in there that you think is so bad that I gotta kick out?
Like, I don't have a problem with adding you back.
And then you can add me back.
Like, after you leave, I can add you back and then, like, do the other stuff with the hotel.
Okay. But how are you gonna get to a hotel?
Uber. Like I'm saying.
Okay, good. That is good, at least. Good. Good. You can have fun with that. I'm going to... Do you want to talk outside? We'll check. Things about this? Or something like that. I would love to be added back to Ryan Go to Guatemala if you show that you're not hiding anything personally.
Yeah, I can add you back, like, right now. It's fine. It's just been me and my friend talking about this whole thing, and also, like joking about, like, what were we talking about?
It's okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead. So why haven't you added me back? Oh, okay. I don't even know what to say. Thank you for adding me back.
Yeah, I hated that you guys were right about me, and I was defiant against everything you guys said, because I thought, if they're telling me to do something, then I don't want to do it. I have to tell myself to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was all subconscious, that came to the forefront of my mind yesterday. So I'm telling myself what I need to do, and I'm looking at things from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good at least. Especially if you added me back to the group chat.
I have to ask though, just because you're in contact with those people, do you intend on screenshotting anything? I don't believe you would, but I want to ask.
I will not, especially. But if you do change, if you
Not because I'm worried about things getting out. It's just that goes against
I
my
don't
self-improvement. If people
know.
are going to be like bashing me for things, that's going to make it harder. And I really am trying, which I'm saying that because I don't want to be held back from trying to get better. Like, I've been holding myself back this whole time.
I will say that, and I will give you one more chance. People will be angry at me. I will say it on Twitter. I'll be like, I'm not going to send any screenshots because Jack says he gets better.
Okay.
But if you do slip and you make a mistake, I might start doing things again.
It's okay. Just communicate with me about my mistakes, and this time I will listen.
Bro, I don't know. He's like, if you slip one more time, then this and that. I don't know. You kind of like have to let them. You know, you kind of have to. At some point, you have to let them figure that out on their own. You can't really just be there spectating, because I feel like that's more pressure, and you can't pressure change, bro. Like actual change, you can't pressure it, because I feel like at some point you just gotta let them do it on their own. You know, I don't know. It's really their choice. It's their choice whether they want to change. It's like most definitely their choice if they really want to change or not, and really, you can't really give pressure into that or anything. You kind of just have to let them figure that out on their own. That's kind of my opinion, though. You can help them, but like, I don't know, you can't just force them, you know, and just threaten them what's gonna happen if they slip up, you know, because that's gonna freak them out, dude. So that's not really that's not really the best approach, to be honest.
I don't. Then it's up to me to tell myself, you need to listen. You can't wait for someone else to tell you that.
Okay.
I have a question though. Why are you posting about it on Twitter?
Because you've been.
Why are you posting on Twitter?
You've been keeping it hidden from the public, like with the script situation, how you lied about things, and so it came out with Cynthia's whole thing, and Cynthia posted a video. Now a whole hate mob came up against you and stuff like that. You got to realize that sometimes, since you are an internet person, you got to share some things to the internet. Otherwise, people are going to speculate about things to you, and people were expecting you to change, and now they're starting to point out inconsistencies. And then when I realized that, I'm like, hey, here's some evidence that he hasn't changed. Of course I'm going to do that. I expect you to do the same if we have the reverse years.
You weren't here for this timeline in my life, but I did genuinely start improving around 2021. I was making massive strides, and I was doing really good. And then somewhere down the line, I fell back into a pit, and I don't know what happened, and I don't remember when it was. Like, I still have to figure that out, where things went wrong, but I fell back into the pit, and I have to get out, because I did it before. I can do it again. I have to make it long term. Yeah. But I have changed before, but I fall back into old habits, and I have to stop doing that. I want you to know I've been good before.
Okay.
I didn't lie about the fact that I changed. I didn't realize that I fell back into that pit after I was saying that. Because like you said, no self-awareness. I didn't realize how bad it was.
Okay. So then you should understand why some people, like the internet, do deserve to know who you are, especially when you've been posting about a lot of things for that kind of stuff.
With my comeback video, I was honest about it. I laid everything out that I thought was okay in my mind, and I'm doing the same thing.
No, you didn't.
I'm elaborating.
Oh my god, you have no idea.
Although they are like obsessed with internet drama and sadistic, they were still a kid during that time.
And they're still a kid now.
Yes.
Party's original bag is back now with even more full-size sandwiches.
Stop! I'm about to get hungry, bro.
Spicy chicken sandwich.
And that's what in the doc, I'm making more points because I'm thinking more deeply about the situation, because like the last time I revisited it was when I made that video, and that was a different time.
Then do you want to share that doc to me? I will not share it to the world. I promise you that. That's fair. And I can.
Do you want it?
I mean, I will gladly give you some pointers, maybe even to piss at you right now for all those kinds of stuff. So it's understandable why she did that. So I'm pretty sure would love to ask this question. What do you think of right now?
I don't know. Like, I'm not mad at her anymore.
Not mad? Do you blame her actions?
No.
Okay, cool.
I've done the same thing before.
Okay, good to know. But guess would probably love to give you pointers. I'll say on the internet, I did confront you. I did say everything. Jack says he's going to improve. I'm going to believe his words right now. So I'm going to back off. No more Jack things. I know you guys will hate me for this kind of stuff, but I'm going to give him, myself, a chance. And then I will, if you even try slipping, that's when I'll start, not blasting you, but I will be like, hey, he's not changing right now. He's slipping again. I will point it out to you first. If you don't try changing it first. Yeah, I will point it to you first, but if you deny it, I'm going to, one denial, that's it.
Okay.
And then if you say the same excuses again, that's basically it. You've shown that you've slipped up, and then you say you're trying to make change, and then you slip, and then you try to make change, and then at this point, you just need impatient care. No more online, no more connecting with Al. I've heard horrible things about Al. The fact that you're glorifying self-harm on even your 18+ server, on your 18+ account is morbidly disgusting.
I want to know more about Al. I want to like low-key, after I'm done with Birdie, I low-key want to move on to Al and make fun of that motherfucker.
I think you should start healing on your self-harming. That is not fun. That is not sexual. That is nothing. I know. I'm talking about like still on your art.
I stopped drawing it too.
Oh,
I stopped
really?
self-harming and I stopped drawing it at the same time. And I actually did cut off Al for a really long time period because I realized they were enabling me and we had a conversation about it.
Okay, that's good at least. Is
Oh,
Al?
They were enabling me.
Yeah.
That is true. But we talked about it and they realized it was wrong and we moved on.
Okay. Yeah. But if you do slip up one more
And
time
I
and
still
go
did
back.
not take down the art. I didn't think to do that because I got back into that headspace where I cannot run a public account. And I will not come back until I know that I'm ready.
I don't think you'll have to be ready if you're able to slip up more than once, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At this point, I think you should focus on getting your GED. Try also, once you finish your GED, maybe work at like a Walmart or something like that. Focus on getting your car or something. Focus on a tutor.
Yeah, Walmart,
Literally,
there you go.
You can do it. All you had to do was get a private tutor. You said it yourself. Get a private tutor, extremely private, one-on-one for math, and that's how you can follow this. There's so many tutors online you can find, stuff like that, who can help you for those kinds of stuff. You can do it. Contact your aunt back in Washington. Say that you are trying to change. Please let.
I will tell her. I was gonna message her earlier today, but then
Yeah.
I did a different task and I forgot.
Okay. So definitely.
I was
ask her.
gonna message her today.
Okay. And definitely give me access to that document, and I will help you a little bit. I'm not gonna help you fully, but I will help you. And
The document.
All right.
Like,
I think we've heard enough. I think it's basically wraps. Wow. I already read this. This guy is 20 and he doesn't know how dishes are supposed to be done. Both parties are shit, but the art community can't process that level of three-dimensional thinking. That's so true. Lily Orchard syndrome, where what they do is legitimately really bad, but everyone in their circle wants to get a piece of the drama pie. What? What the fuck? I feel like this shouldn't be public at all. Well, it is, so. Let's see. Yeah, dishes. Everyone's fucking clowning him about the dishes. Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you well when Birdie becomes a true crime case. That'd be so funny. Alright, where's that queen? Just a robot. A fall from grace. You know what? I'm about to start gooning to this banner, by the way. The queen, the confrontation. Is this about Birdie or what? Let me just see what this is about. Oh, here we go. They knew Birdie. Yeah. No one cares about the kids.
With more than 155 orthopedic specialists in 35 locations.
I was like, what the fuck was that? What was just playing? This is a 30-minute video. What is this one about? The leaked Birdie call made public. Don't give this Jew revenue. Dog, I'm not about to go on an illegal website to get a fucking ad blocker. Is this relevant? Ace's audio cut after the first question from Queen. Oh, this is just a fucking interview about Birdie. Well, I really don't give a shit about this. Okay. That was something. Yeah, that was quite something. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Can't do dishes, you know. Came up with some other disorder, right? Watch Trump talk about Israel. Nah. I don't give a fuck. God, there was a lot they went over. You know, thought it was funny that Birdie was making a document about Draghi, but then, you know, it's been like a year in the making, and then like they never fucking made it. And what else? The cat, that was the most dumbest shit ever. I mean, knowing that how that turned out, you know. Wait, what was that? There was like I was told there was like a document about Queen that got her all scared, so she gave the cat back to Cindy. I don't know. I just thought it was really funny that you know, it's this. I have this disorder. or I have this illness where I'm not gonna say what it is, but it aligns with the criteria of what the fuck? Might be on Kiwi Farms. Yeah, okay. I'll probably find that later. Other than that, low key. Yeah. Go ahead and send it to me whenever. Low key. I'm feeling like playing some Rivals before we head off today. Yes, I fucking was lying my ass off. I was lying my ass off. No, bro, I'm getting on ranked. Fuck you. I'm getting on ranked. I'm about to get up to Grandmaster on stream. Alright. I'm going to show you my insane Daredevil skills. I hope it doesn't make my stream lag. I hope it doesn't make my stream lag. If it does, then whatever. My bad. Yeah, fuck you too. Okay, open the game. Dude, I'm so glad Daredevil came out in the game, bro. Oh, here we go. There we go. Is it? Oh shit! It's not showing. Why isn't it fucking showing my game? Oh wait, maybe just gotta drag it up? Nah, bro, what the fuck? Hang on, twin. I don't know why it's not showing. Bro. Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna... Oh, whoops. Here. Well, I'm just gonna... Alright, here we go. Yeah, we'll just run with this. Alright. So up the practice range real quick. Bro, it's low-key hot in here. Let me just see if it's gonna lag like crazy.
There's a beast lurking within me.
Oh yeah, low-key.
Don't make me let it out.
It's low-key lagging a bit.
You've been sentenced to public humiliation.
Wait, hold on, let me try this.
On the hunt.
Double kill!
Bro, how do people do it? They just be spamming the fucking... I forgot what they be doing.
Double kill!
Alright, dude. Yeah, this game is low-key lagging like crazy.
I see you. Ruthlessness is mercy.
Yeah, I don't think it's safe for me to load into a public game real quick.
Double kill. That's 3. Wow, 4 in a row. 5. That's amazing. 6 in a row. Way to go. Unbelievable.
You've been
Yeah,
sentenced
there we
to
go.
public humiliation.
Alright. Yeah, fuck that. Well, never mind. It's fine. Alright, I'll go ahead and end the stream. That was a pretty funny video. I'm not gonna lie. Nah, it's not. I don't care, bro. But no, it's just gonna lag. Anyway, that was fun. New Birdie video will come out hopefully sometime this week. And I'm not just saying that. I will actually work on this shit and get it out. You feel me? But yeah, this has been very funny. This has been a funny branch of drama. And I'm gonna see y'all later.